Hello, hello, hello. Good evening to our viewers all over the world. How are you today? It's another beautiful day. It is the day that the Lord has made, and He said we should rejoice and be glad in it. I hope you had a lovely week. I had a beautiful week, and I'm still enjoying my weekend away from home. You look at my background; it's not the usual one. That's because I'm not home. All right. God bless you. I hope you are okay. And from time to time, we need to take time off, From no time, we need to take time off. I'm sorry. You just have to do that from time to time. God bless you. It's another beautiful day in God's presence on MCB Talk Show. You're all welcome. Please invite your friends, invite your family, let them watch. And of course, please try and share this video because it will definitely be a blessing to others. This is a place where transformation, healing, and the blessing abound. And we also on this platform we showcase Jesus Christ. We showcase Jesus Christ and we declare that Jesus Christ is Lord. That's what we do here because in Him we live, we move, and we have our being. If not because of Him, we will not be alive. And I just also want to use this opportunity to say, be thou exalted to the Lord God Almighty. Hallowed be your name for keeping us alive, for counting us worthy to be among the living. Today is the first Sunday in July. Oh my God, we're so grateful for January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Oh my God, it can only be God. We know what we went through. The whole world went through last year. And last we're here just to give glory to and honor to God because He's good and His mercies endures forever. That actually brings me to anchor on this show, which is taken from Psalm 107, 1 and 2. It said, what? Oh, give thanks to the Lord for His good and His mercies endures forever. He said, let the redeemed of the Lord tell their stories. Hallelujah. Are you a redeemer? Are you a redeemer of the Lord? Tell your story because in telling your story, you are encouraging others. In telling your story, you are sowing seed. In telling your story, you are glorifying God. Honestly, I don't know why. I was like you before. I don't like to tell my stories. I don't like to share my experiences. And, I keep it to myself. And then most people even went through before they get to a successful that they receive their achievement. What do they do? They don't tell you what they've been through. They don't talk about the ugly side of it. How can you say God is a healer when you were never sick? How can you say, oh, God is my provider when you never suffer from lack? No. So some people are just fake. Tell your story, tell them what you've been through. Now you glorify God. God is happy, God inhabits in the praises of His people. All right. And that's why the Bible is admonishing us that we should, give praise. Say, let the redeemed of this Lord say so. Tell your story. Tell them, what did you go through? What was your experience? You will know life is not easy. And the journey of life can be up and down, up and down, up and down, from plateau to valley, from valley to plateau. That's what life is all about. And when you're on the mountaintop, tell them what your experience was at the valley. It's just as simple as that. But unfortunately, people don't like to share. But on this show, we know, we share stories. We tell people about our experiences, what we've been through, what happened. We're only who we are today by the grace of God. All right. We are product of grace. I am especially a product of grace. I am so grateful about that. And that's the reason why God said, okay, Carol, I put you in charge of this because of what you've been through. You are able to advise people, through your experience, your life experiences. That's what I do here. And if you have anybody out there that have got a story to share, even yourself that is watching me or will watch me later, you've got a story, just get in touch with me. And who knows, you'll be the next guest on this show. As usual, I'm Carol Babala, and we bring beautiful, bold women of God that have been through, like I said earlier on, they've been through issues of life, they've been through challenges of life, they came out on the other side victorious. where some of them are survivors, but they are in their own, lane, telling people, say, you know what, this is what happened. Yeah, yeah, I was, broken, but I'm not down. Or I was down, but I'm up. This is what God wants us to, to come out and tell people that, it can only be God. None of us knows it all. No, that absolutely nobody knows it all. But it's only God. It's only God. It can only be by God's grace, And I'm going to introduce another beautiful lady of ours on this program, on this platform. But before I do that, please, I just want to quickly advertise my event that is coming up on the 29th of August. It's an award ceremony. I want you guys, to register. The registration is open now. You can go to my website, and register that. I'm going to put the website on later. You register, you come, you can nominate people. The nomination form is out as well. You can nominate people. It's just about ordinary people doing extraordinary things in the community, and of course we're going to award people who were affected by COVID-19, but they came out on the other side. So please nominate somebody. You can even nominate yourself. You can nominate your mother. You can nominate your husband, your wife, your children. Just, it's all about appreciation. That's one thing we lack. People don't appreciate people enough. And the more you appreciate people, what happens? The more they'll be happy to do more. There are people that have that have impacted your life, just, nominate them, and voila, they'll be very happy to do more for you. Thank you very much. Let me see if I have the picture of that. I just quickly put that on before we go to the next segment of the show. That is it. It's called Influential Role Model and Mentors Awards, coming up on the 29th of August 2021. I'm going to bring the other flyer next week. It's almost ready. I've got a flyer is out. I'll bring that next week. Okay. Thank you very much. And I appreciate you all. Thank you. All right. I have a guest on the show. She's going to talk about, I'm a single parent and I'm fulfilled. Do you know most people, they are not even fulfilled when they are single, not even being a single parent. Is it possible to be single and fulfilled? Yes, of course it is possible. And that is if you know who you are. When you know who you are, you've been there, you know whose you belong to, that God created you in his image. Why can't you be fulfilled because you're single? Culture, society will tell you, oh, because you are single, you shouldn't do this, or because you are single, you shouldn't. No, that's not true. We know the first single parent I can actually, talk about in the Bible is Hagar. I don't know if you remember that in the book of Genesis, the concubine of Abraham. All right. But what happened? When she was in the wilderness crying, she was going through, she cried, and the Lord heard her, the son's cry, and came and, gave her some prophecies and said, you know what? You will never lack. Your child or your son is going to be a great nation. And actually came to pass. And you'll be shocked that, most single parents, God is their husband. God is always providing for them in a miraculous way. You'll be shocked. Some of them cannot just explain the way God is, providing for them. It can only be God, because he's the one that sets one in. He's the one that set the solitary in families. So today I'm going to invite another beautiful, bold, and brave woman of God on this talk show. Her name is Victoria Oluwabless. When I first of all heard that name, I was wondering, Oluwabless. You will hear from her how she, came about that name. Just a minute. Oh my God. Where is that? Just a minute, just a minute, just a minute. I want to introduce, I'm so sorry about that. She's Victoria Oluwabless, work as an experienced social worker. She's a dedicated Christian and a loving mother of two daughters. Not only is Victoria a vibrant and devoted award-winning branch leader of Christian Millionaire Book Club, she is a charitable businesswoman, driven and a great problem solver. Wow, that's a beautiful skill. As a director of Care Love Limited, a healthy living company, and founder of the Sleep Night Charity Organization, Victoria is passionate about giving back to the community, serve as an executive member, managing the church food bank in the community, and currently sits in the community review panel for new development projects. Victoria is a source of inspiration supporting underprivileged young people based in Africa through her child savings scheme. She is a trusted member of the World of Hope charity organization and a treasurer for a social club. She's truly well-rounded, resourceful woman of God. Please help me to welcome on this platform Victoria Oluwabless. Hello, Mama.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that introduction. I'm so grateful.
God bless
Um,
you.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
You looking like $1 million babe.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Minister Carol. Thank you
You
so
look
much.
so gorgeous and beautiful. I like your hair. I like the color of your hair.
Thank you.
You're most welcome once again on this platform. Please introduce yourself to us. Who is Victoria Oluwabless? And tell us about your upbringing.
Yes. As it says, my name is Victoria Olatung Oluwabless, and Sholeye is my birth name, which is what I knew to be when I was born into this world, my parents' name. I became Oluwabless in 2007 as God liveth, because as how God wanted me to be. I seeked the face of God. I asked him, Lord, give me a new name. I asked.
Why would you ask God to give you a new name? Okay, yeah, answer that question, then I'll go back again. Why
Uh,
would you ask God to give you a new name?
yes, in certain things in life, you do go through things that you might not like, and you saw pattern of some I won't say anything bad, but it's something that I don't like that was happening in my life. I want to progress, and there's obstacles, and I just said to me, is it to start with my name? And I go before the Lord, and he said, yes, I give you a new name. And in my spirit, I received the name, and I said, wow. When I received the name, I said, wow to myself. I said, God, thank you. Indeed, you really answered me. And that was how I became Victoria Oluwabless.
Wow. And I mean, there are people in the Bible that have actually changed that. Like God Himself changed their name.
Mhm.
Abraham is a good example. You know, his name was changed. No, sorry. Yeah, Abraham was changed. Abraham to Abraham.
Yes,
Yeah. Then Jacob, from Jacob to Israel.
yes,
And you see that when their names were changed, their lives changed as well.
yes.
Can you testify to that?
Yes, indeed. I am testifying to that, that when I change the name, things change around for me in my finances, in dealing with things in my life spiritually. And when people come across my name, the first is they laugh, and I say, God, this name has become a good blessing for me. When they hear it, they laugh about it. And I say to myself, even I was told I met a person that told me, you know what, I'm going to name my daughter Oluwabless. I said, wow, is that how people love this name? Some say to me, how did you combine that? God bless. No, it's not about combining it. I was given. God gave me that name. So it has been a very good. rapport from people. When they talk back to me, I say, Oluwabless. They laugh, they joke about it, and they said, you know what? I like that name.
Yeah, I think that was what happened the first time I heard the name. I just was, oh, what? I said that name is not common name. I was actually asking you a question, and then you explain the reason, why it's so, and how why you change it to that name. It was God, giving name, which is very good. And in life, do you know God? Every one of us have got a name from God. It's just that we don't ask.
Yeah.
Every one of us have got a name, and then there is a name that our parent gives to us. There is a name that circumstances in life gives to us.
Mhm.
There's a name that God gives to us. So it's left for sometimes, and that's why you see some people, they go through problem. What do people do? People call them after that problem. Oh, do you see that woman with the issue of blood? Do you see the infirm woman? They name them after the problem. That name becomes their name. In the Bible, their names were never told because of their problem.
Mhm. Yes.
So it's I wish they knew have this revelation knowledge like you, or like Joseph, like Jacob, that has to say, Lord, I won't live until you do something in my life. And you did that, and it has actually changed your life. We thank God for that. And now I'm going to take you back again. Can you please tell us who are you? Not your name now. Who are you and where are you from? About your upbringing.
Yes. I am from Abeokuta by in one of the Yoruba nation in Nigeria. I grew up in Lagos, my early year into my 20 before I moved into Great Britain. Coming to Great Britain is not a strange thing to me. I came particularly because I want to actually get full education. I want to be educated. And it's a planned thing for me. I didn't just wake up and grab my bag and come. I planned it in my system, in a system I believe I have. Because everything God does, it's a plan behind it. Even creating the world and putting everything in place, he planned it. So, for one good reason, what I was doing there, I didn't know that I was planning my way. So,
Mm.
when I came into Great Britain, I saw the opportunity to educate yourself without even asking me for any certificate of whatever I came into the country. They just gave me the opportunity and I ran with it. I didn't lose it. I every year I acquire certificate. It might be in English, it might be in maths, it might be anything I can do to stabilize myself. From there, and I settled in United Kingdom. Is I have to fast forward. I settled in United Kingdom, and settling in United Kingdom is full of ups and downs. I never thought that I would become a single parent. I came in my 20s, and when I came in, I came with a vision that yes, I'm going to prosper in my education and build a family. Because I came from a parent that started from in their 19s till when I left the country, they were together till death do them pass. So I do not believe in not marrying or not be in a relationship. I grew up to know that. And I'm number five of 10 siblings, which is five sisters, five brothers. We are together. Yes, I'm saying that. And I'm number five.
Wow.
So I enjoy my position because I'm in the middle. And being in the middle is a blessing. It's either you bless others and others blesses you. So it comes both ways for me. As well as that, and I love my parents. So when I came over, most especially my mother, she's a mother indeed to me. It died so young, but I still everyone that knew me in this country knew that I do not joke with my mother
Oh, bless you.
because no matter what be before she asks, I look everywhere, whoever that's going on, whatever way I can do it, it has to get to her because she sacrificed. The little time she lived, I was able to do the little I could do. and I thank God for that. So I progressed in my life to become who I am today. And in my life, I have two children, two lovely daughters. Yes,
Wow.
live with me.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's very wonderful. How did you survive in a family, children of 10? I'm just trying to think about it. Of course, my mother had nine as well. I was the first. I'm the first, no was. I'm the first of nine children. For being in the middle of 10, how did you do that? How did you survive? Because it's kind of survival of the fittest and there'll be competition. And what about love? Competition for love of mother and father. How did your mom manage that?
Okay. I say for my mother, she because she loves children and she's a midwife, and when she in her time, the position she took in the hospital is next to a doctor, which is which is
Matron then, I
ma-
think.
ma- matron. But in her matron role, she's even more very intelligent. This is why I said it's just maybe a physician assistant of what they call today. So she's a very strong and dedicated woman in whatever she does. She looks after people, and she has a maternity home which she runs privately as she goes to work as well. And when she retired to manage a maternity home full time. Why she's having these children, she always have a help. They say I call them helpers, where she called nannies or things like that. Now she always have two of them because she knew she have a big family, and that is how she managed through. And these people, these helpers, when they come to live with us, you can never tell that they are strangers. They are always like who our own children, but they are there to support her, to wake up in the morning, get us ready, go to school, come back. So I have privilege to decide. I decided to live with my grandparents where I was before. They both, one of them passed on before I left to come to United Kingdom. And a year after I arrived in United Kingdom, my grandmother died. That
Oh,
I
wow.
lived a good life with. I was the only one among the 10 that lived so well with this grandparent in their late ages. So I really enjoyed it. And that is why I'm able to work with older people today in my career as a social worker because that background never left me. Because
Wow.
I love looking after older people and has always been in my trade.
Oh, that's very nice. I grew up with my grandmother actually because my mother had me when she was only 15. So my grandmother brought me. I knew my grandmother as my mother as my sister. So, so and it was when I got here, a year after I got here, she died as well, and it was so painful because I was thinking, you know what, I do everything to make this woman happy because I knew her to be my mother. May their souls rest in peace. So,
Amen.
what are you doing? No, no, before we go there, you made mention of being a single mother. Exactly, that's why we're here. So, what
Yes.
happened? What happened?
Yes, yeah.
Being a single
Being a
mother.
single mother, I didn't pray for that. I started a very good relationship and we had a very good life together. Unfortunately, whatever that has to happen happened. And I tried in as much as I could do to save that relationship, the marriage, because they did engage. I did the engagement and everything successfully when my mother was still alive. So, and I look forward to raising my children with their father. I look forward to living, and I did enjoy that because I have fantastic in-law. I'm telling you, they supported me through, and they surrounded me with love. And when things are so rocky, because I have to wait, we both have to wait for our indefinite stay. to become stronger in the United Kingdom. And unfortunately, because of everything, a man be a man who he is, we have to separate and goes our own way. I did not say because of that I have to see my life as a disadvantage or less advantage or whatever, any negative name. I saw my life as no, it has happened. I must be strong for my children because that they are the inheritance of God. He has not given me, they were not mistake. No, God blessed me with them. And with responsibility, two people become one doesn't mean the end of life.
Wow.
So
I
I
was
was,
actually sorry, cut in there. I was
mm,
actually going to ask that question. You know, the responsibility of two people is now one. How did you cope? Because there's somebody out there that is looking at you. Oh, I'm a single parent and I'm fulfilled. But what about me? I'm not fulfilled. I can't even feed my children. You know, I can't do this. I can't do this. How did you cope? How did you know? Let's say the truth. It's not going to be easy in the beginning if
yeah,
the male factor
mm.
in the house is not there, especially if he was a contributor to the to the house. How
You
did
know,
you manage?
thank you so much, ma. You know, for me, there's one thing my mother gave me and my grandparents as well. They made me strong because when I was living with my grandparent, I go to school, I come back to work for them in their market. She has a market and she's the head of the market. I have to serve her, make sure everything went to, I have to display a market. I have to do that in the morning before I go to school in the afternoon, or I do it in the evening. I come back from school and do. It was a rotation. I was building myself. I never knew I'm becoming stronger for myself, and I move on from there. When I came to this country, even before then, my brother in at the time, my senior brothers, they were in abroad before I came in. And they always tell me, I always bombard them. I want to come abroad because I want to study. They live in America. So one of them called and said to me, know how to sew, know how to type, be very good with your English so that when you come, you find a job to do. I learned everything. Religiously, I follow their instructions. And one thing my mother passed on to me is Christ. And I run with that as well. She taught us, not only me, how to be strong in the Lord. Before she passed on, she just came out of a disciple school.
She or you?
My mother, before she passed on. That's how
Wow.
strong she is in the Christendom.
Wow.
So this aspect of lifestyle has built me. So when I came, there's nothing I cannot do. Give it to me. I'm running with it. I can't say I do two jobs. I do it. I look after my children and I move. My children became stronger in the essence as well and become stronger to understand. Wow, my mother, no, no, no. They work with me. We pray. We pray. Prayer is the master key. There's a portion, Proverb 31 woman. You see, yes, we know she has husband. Yes, we know she has a son. Yes, we know that son, she's laying the quality. Inside the quality, I learned who she was in that family. They didn't talk much about her husband. They spoke more about her. So I look into that. Mm-mm, those qualities, I need to, I can do it. If she can do it, I can. I remember when I was going through my, to become a social worker, when it comes to a stage, it becomes so hard, so tough. And I said to myself, all those social workers out there, they've done something. They made it through. I can make it as well. And that
Wow.
was how I persevere. So I use those skills. I use them to build myself.
Mm.
I don't find anything difficult. I always go for the challenge. Whatever the challenge is, I make sure there's a way out because in God I trust. So that is how I break through. So in my church, my pastor, Pastor Lola Wolabe, called us special parent. So to make us stronger, he
Mm.
called us special parent because we are special.
You are special. We
Yes.
indeed,
And,
you are
and then that's
special.
how I broke through in life in terms of looking after my children. And I will not leave out my loved ones as well that come along. When I need to go to uni in the evening, I got somebody to care for my children. In
Mm,
the evening, I go pick them up and go. One thing as well I did to empower myself is I make sure I know how to drive, because I believe that if I'm able to mobilize myself, if it's Birmingham the job is, I'm ready to go. I don't
mm.
see it as a problem, because I know God will look after my children. It's not up to me. I look up to Him. Where else the helps come from?
Wow, well done. Thank you very much. That's so profound. I see you as a determined woman. And when you are determined in life, there's no way you cannot get to. You have to be determined. And you went to the end because you want to come over. Your brother, kind of advise or encourage you to do something, and you went out of your way to actually go and study and do those to acquire those skills. So there are people out there, it doesn't matter where you are now, the position you are. All we need to do is just to acquire skills, to be better, to better yourself. The more you better yourself, the better you become, innit?
Yes,
Innit?
yes.
So it's better, and YouTube now, Google, people say Google is your friend, and that is the truth. There is nothing that you want to, find the answer to that you not get it on Google.
Yes.
Just go there, Google, and try to self-development, develop yourself, be a better of you. And then the what's it called, these people will say, the motivators or the personal developers will say, Holy Spirit, what is it now? It's gone out of my head. Anyway, when you when you eh,
Empower.
when you you know when you change, your
Mhm.
situation will change.
Yes.
When you change, your situation will
Mindset.
change. Eh?
Your mindset.
Yeah, your mindset. Yeah, you have to change. If you don't change, there is no way your situation will change. Pray from here till tomorrow. One thing I heard from you is that the way you are praying and you are doing the work. So you're acting out the faith in faith. You pray, you act out the faith, you go and do the thing, and then God will take care of the rest. Because the Bible said we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us, which
Amen.
is very, very, very. We just hold on to that and say, you know what, God is good. He is good. That I know. I can testify to that as well. All right. The next question I'm going to ask you, what are you doing at the moment? You made mention of a Millionaires Club. What's that? Are you a millionaire?
In
If you are
principle
one,
to God, it's only
like
God
potential,
that
millionaire.
can give me the grace to be financially free and be strong in them. Yes, yes, yes. Millionaire Book Club. You see, and there's one um people say all the time, professionals, top people will say, if you want to hide a treasure from a black person, just give him the book. They won't read it. But that is not our case. Christian Millionaires Book Club encourage us to read books that have been written by millionaires that you can learn from their mistakes and take that to practice and run with it to look at how you can make it better. So, Christian Millionaire Book Club, yes, I joined the book club by looking on the internet. I was trying to sell my pastor's book, and I came across, I just put it there, how do I sell books? And books become many things. And I saw Christian Millionaires Book Club, and they wrote, we read book, we empower each other, and you attend the meeting. And that was how I started. And I joined the book club. I want more. And what they do there is just to guide you, read the book every month, review the book, and you learn from it. And we do have a speaker that comes in that is a millionaire in making, that will come in and give us how they tell us their story, give us wisdom about how to do things, give us wisdom, financial growth, And those things are the what you will find to be a millionaire book in the millionaire book club. It's worldwide known now because we are been celebrating the fourth year now running, and we have like 8 branches, and we have training for others that comes on board. It's a paid membership. It's not free because we have to invite speaker, we have to do so many things in our publication, and we meet face to face and Zoom as well. So I have benefited a lot in Christian Millionaire Book Club, and I surrender myself to become one of the leaders. So to give opportunity to other people to come to know. If you reading is very important. We select the books, and from the selection we got the speaker that come and give us the support, and you can develop your product, you can develop your idea. Your gifts comes in very good. You are a singer, you have no practicing, you come in there and you get the company, you get the community of like-minded people that you support you and that will take you by hand, give you the ability to discover your gift, to put your gift in action, and to make you to become an entrepreneur.
Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one. There's a saying that leaders and breeders are leaders. You know, what do we need to do to become a member of the Millionaires Book Club?
You just need to attend our meeting. We have meeting once a month. Each branches, we have branches, Elephant and Castle branches where I lead at the moment. We have Central London. We have Croydon branch. We have Thames Valley. We have Dublin now, and we have online branch as well, and we have Arrow branch. So we are looking for expansion. We want people to come on. If you can build out the quality, and if you don't have it, we empower you because we have free training for members that come in to join us. Two membership we have. We have one as Telegram members, and we have one as standard members. We can Google us online and join us from there as well. We are well globally known. Christian Millionaires Book Club.
Yes. What's the difference between the Telegram one and the online one?
The Telegram one give you the benefit to be on the Telegram as part of our community, and you get paid very little amount. Then the standard one, you come in and become part of the members. You attend any branches that you can attend in the meeting because each branch plan to have different speaker. Each branch have people that review a book and they have different reviewers. So you have the opportunity to listen and just grab more wisdom from different speakers, which you don't have as a telegram. You have opportunity to join workshop without pay, as as a telegram member you will pay. And because you as a standard member you do pay, you have a standard fee you pay in a monthly, so you got the benefit of doing accountability partnership, doing checklist partnership where we work with you hand in hand to see, because so many people said they are not millionaire. By the time you put down your assets, you work out what you are, how you are, you know that you are millionaire in making. it's just that you have so many expenditure more than the income. So this is how read more is online.
Oh, wow, wow, that's very profound. If you want to be like a billionaire, you work with the millionaires, read about them, work with them, network with them. Before you know it, you start, becoming one.
Yes, and
It's
we have room
that's
for mentorship. You have if you're thinking that you have a gift, you have a plan, you have a vision, and you don't know how to kickstart that vision. When you come to Christian and you want to do things godly way, you want to do your business in a godly way. My goodness, come into Christian Millionaire Book. We give you that. We give you that mentorship. There are coaches, brilliant coaches. And you come in there, you get your support. You get it as a very good discount rate compared to what is in the market. Not that we're selling ourselves short, but we want to empower people to get the understanding that there is room for you to become an entrepreneur. Don't sit on your gifts. And that is why I'm so fulfilled as a single parent,
Wow,
because I'm not
wow.
sitting on that gift. I give back into the community.
Don't sit on your gift. Don't sit on your gift. Say the Bible says your gifting will make a room for you and bring you before known men. So a word is enough for a wise. There's a question I usually ask on this platform, and that is, looking back now, what is one mistake that you have made in life that we can learn from, or that you have learned from and you want us to learn from as well?
Yes, yes. Hmm. If you look for someone that trusts people, this is this woman speaking today. Before you open your mouth, I'm trusting. And when I meet some of my friends, they criticize everything that comes their way. I say to myself, I wish I've got that skill, but I developing that as well. So in my life, I came in contact with a person that I think is what to be loved, is what to share your resources with, and giving giving the person everything God gave me in terms of making me to be financially free, with the promise, with everything. Oh, I will pay you back in cash. God opened the door, and I say, okay, let me help, because I always help. But I will never pray it for anybody to do the same again. I trusted the person. I gave everything God gave me. At the time for me to be financially free, I gave it to the person, promising within 3 months I will give it back to you. Since 2008, I've not got the money back. I've
Wow.
moved on. God empowers me. As a single parent, God gave me the gift, gave me the opportunity. He opened that door, but carelessly, I lost that door. And I keep telling God, forgive me. Yes, I ask for forgiveness from God because I want another door to open to me. And God has opened many other doors for me.
Amen.
Helpers, men of gifted influences, like you, man, men of gifted, influential people,
Yeah.
burden carer, destiny makers. God
Amen.
opened that door and they empower me not to see that loss as a step to stop
Amen.
me to arrive where God is taking me to. It's a, I just want to tell you there, single parents, we are so vulnerable. Let's face it. Even to some married people,
Yeah.
when you make it, some married people will look at you. How is she doing it? Yes, they've asked me that question. I said to them, it's God. Because I can't hold your hand, but I can hold the hand of God. So this is it. So anyone, or even some married people, they are vulnerable.
Yeah.
It depends on how they manage it. But
Amen.
more especially for a single parent, people can take advantage of your good heart. But
That's
what you
very
want to
true.
do is to empower yourself. I say, if now I have to critically analyze things. When it comes like that, I say, no, 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 no. Let me take it back. Let me pray again. I take it to God now. I ask God. I don't know how to fast. That's one thing I'm begging God for, to give me the grace. I can do 3 to 3 o'clock. I want to go far as well so that I can be stronger spiritually. But I'm
Mm.
working on that. But as a single parent, I don't leave Christ out of my life. I
Well
pray,
done.
I pray, I pray the Holy Ghost prayer, not single, not very soft one.
No, jelly prayer. God bless
No,
you.
I
Thank you
really
very much.
bombard heaven because I can never allow anybody to take advantage. Again, no. And my children, you know what? They learn. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, thank God
I'm
for the
so,
life.
so proud of what God is doing in their life.
Amen.
They are ministers in their own right.
Wow, that's nice. That's
And I
lovely.
thank God for what God
Oh,
is
wow.
using them for.
All
So
right. Thank
that's
you
what
very
they,
much.
yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing your story with us on this platform. We really
Yes.
appreciate you. God bless you. You said we have to learn, we have to be careful. God commanded us to love, not to trust. Before
Mhm.
you trust somebody, you have to make sure you try and be very sure of what you're doing before you give your life or anything at all to somebody else. The Bible also admonished us. It said, "Be wise as a serpent, be milk like a dove." Sometimes we make mistakes. You learn from your mistake. That's life. Unfortunately, sometimes it can be, a expensive one. But thank God, God is a God of second chance, third chance. He
Mhm.
will always give you chances. Like I said, we
Amen.
ask, and He will just give us back and forgive us and give us those new strategies to come
Yes.
back,
Mhm.
because he desired to see us prosper. It's to his glory. Whatever we do, it's to God's glory. So
Amen.
I just want to appreciate you. Thank you for coming to encourage people out there. I'm sure a single parent or anybody that's a single parent will hear and learn from your own experience, that being a single parent doesn't mean you're an outcast or you're a castaway. No, in fact, you have more advantage. Why will I say that? Because God is with you. God is your husband. God is your father. Do you
Amen.
know, they say the woman that is married is, the law binds her to her husband. God knows that he has a man that will look after her. But you, who hasn't got a husband, who hasn't got a wife, God is there. And when there was a time I was actually doing a survey about single parents, you see that most of them, they never really struggle to feed their children. They might be saying, "Oh, I haven't got money, I haven't got money. Where will I get money?" Miraculously, money will come. And
Amen.
at the end of the month, you'll be wondering, one thing you didn't tell us, you say two of your children went to an independent school. How did you do that? We didn't have time to say that.
Yeah.
There are some couples, they cannot even afford that to take their children to an independent school. That
Yeah.
shows how determined you were. You want them to have a better life, and you have to work hard for it. Nothing good comes easy.
Not
You
at
can't
all.
just be sleeping and be crying and wallowing over your past. No. And that's what the Bible said. Do not remember the past. Don't stay there. Yeah, think about it, live it. It's an experience. It's an experience. And these are the kind of things that will encourage other women and say, you know what? No, dust your cloth and let's move on to the next level and to the next level. And before you know it, the Lord will take perfect control and direct us. Like you said, He will direct and will bring people of like mind to your life that will change your life and change your situation. You become a testimony, just as you are a testimony to others now. I
Amen.
just want to say thank you very much. And thank you to our viewers out there. I appreciate you. Thank you. Please help us to share this video. Let it be a blessing to others out there. And I will see you again next week. Remain blessed. Bye bye to every one of you.
Bye.